You know what, Kobe? You're like my Rock.
What?
Like my Dwayne Johnson. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. Theme music. What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are enjoying your third week of Christmas.
Yeah? See, Christmas is right around the corner.
Right? Oh, it's
close.
Crazy.
I can taste the sugar cookies.
And the apple pie. Or no, and the pumpkin pie.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's still not...
And apple pie. Just all the cookies and all the pies. I eat nothing but sweets the entire month of December.
Yeah, you guys don't know this, but Kobe turns into an elf during December. And he just has nothing but sweets.
Yeah.
It's crazy he doesn't have diabetes yet. He mellows it out with diet sodas.
That's right. Diet soda, diet eggnog. Oh. That sounds horrible. But I do drink at least a gallon of eggnog.
I've never had eggnog.
Oh, it is not good. But you have to. It's like a Cadbury egg. It's just yucky, but you have to have one every Easter.
Every Easter. Oh,
Yeah.
but so every Christmas.
Christmas, you got to drink like
a gallon of eggnog.
Some nog. Yeah.
Oh.
It's not terrible. You don't have to like choke it down, but
yeah.
And if you booze it up, it's
well, if you booze up anything,
then the second and the third glass go down much smoother.
Oh, see, that's even more dangerous. You know? So, hope you guys are enjoying the holidays. I know it's getting crazy, presents and all that stuff. You're running your UPS guy like to the ground with all these Amazon packages. And if you guys are shopping on Amazon, feel free to use our links down below.
Ooh, good plug.
Oh man. But yeah, this week for the third week, we decided to do a different kind of wholesome Christmas movie.
Yes.
We did The Night Before. Not The Night Before Christmas.
No.
2015's The Night Before, starring Joseph Gordon Levitt, Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
And Anthony Mackie.
And Falcon, yeah.
I know, I kept wanting to say Seth Green, but I was like, that's not right.
Right.
That's a different redhead.
Yeah. Yes, it is. He was the Seth that was like I knew growing up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was all around in the 90s as like a quirky best friend and stuff. And then he was on Buffy for like a good while.
Right.
As the werewolf.
And he was Dr. Evil's son.
Oh, yes. And then creator of Robot Chicken, which is awesome. But if you guys haven't watched this movie, it's super awesome.
Yeah, I did. I had not heard of this movie. I don't know how this slipped past my radar. I know it came out in 2015, so 5 years ago. This should have hit me somewhere in those 5 years. Apparently, I have been living under a bridge because this movie was fantastic.
It's funny, like as I was watching, I remember I did watch it in 2015. It's 25. Different time in my life, but now that I know I was like 27, so not too different, but now that I'm like 32, scary. It felt sort of like a coming of age movie for like, transitioning from like your 20s to your 30s. I mean, in the movie, they're 33, 34, I believe, because they say Anthony Mackie's age. He's like, you're 34 and all of a sudden you get good at football.
Oh, yep, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it felt different. It hit different. That, like, I kept thinking, only coming of age movies are only from teenage to adult years. Where I forget that there's different stages.
Yeah, that second coming of age when you... I guess there's the coming of age 16.
Yeah.
And then there's the coming of age graduating high school.
Yep.
Coming of age 21.
Exactly.
And then the coming of age, like getting married and becoming an adult.
Also realizing that, no matter how good some traditions are, people have to start to live their own lives after a while, right?
Right. Yep.
But yeah, let's get into the movie. This movie was surprisingly longer than I remembered it.
It is
almost 2 hours.
Usually a comedy for something like this, you're pushing an hour and a half, and this is almost 2 hours.
It's almost 2 hours, so we're gonna really breeze by it. That way, we can just talk about our favorite parts, which I know you guys enjoy more. So basically, this movie is about 3 lifelong friends, where one of them, his parents die during Christmas Eve because of a drunk driver, and the other 2 deciding that he can't be alone during this time because, well, suicide and stuff.
Right.
Right? Especially during the holidays, and then it's just too much at once. They decide to go cheer him up. And so they start to... So the first time of this long tradition, a 14-year tradition that they had, they decided to do a lot of the things that you would love to do in New York. You go see...
And especially the things you would love to do as like a 21.
Yeah, as
21-year-old.
Yeah. But what's it called? They go out to see the tree at Rockefeller Center, where it was like a super famous Christmas site.
I don't know if it still is, but for a while it was the world's largest yearly Christmas tree.
I think it still is. That tree is huge.
Oh yeah.
They go eat Chinese food because Chinese restaurants are still open during Christmas.
Right.
They go to karaoke. And so they have like this ongoing tradition that they go on throughout the years. And then one year they see a group of people enter a bar and they're just crazy drunk.
Yep.
And, and during this whole time, Tracy Morgan is narrating this whole thing. And so everything is like in a very, almost like a Dr. Seuss type rhymes.
Yes.
Where she's like, oh, we just came back from the party. It's called the Nutcracker Ball. And so many drugs and drinks that I didn't know I would survive. And so from then on to the present moment, their whole mission was to find this party.
Right.
And unfortunately, we get to the present day, and they've never been able to find this party. And at this point, our main character, Joseph Gordon Levitt, is a 34-year-old elf working a party for Randall Park.
Yeah.
And not doing it well. We see the first scene of him, and he's supposed to be serving the appetizers, and he's like, you want this? All right, cool. And so Randall Park puts him into the coat check because you can't mess up a coat check, right?
Right. Yeah, just smile and take their coats.
Exactly. But in one of the coats, he sees 3 envelopes.
And magic envelopes.
And he realizes, oh my God, these are the envelopes for the Nutcracker Ball.
Yo.
And so he rushes out. He goes to his apartment. He starts to sort of get ready.
Yeah.
For the evening. We see that he plays the guitar. We see that he's looking at his laptop, and there's a girl on the laptop, but he closes it angrily, letting us know that is an ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
Right?
Subtle clue.
Very, very subtle. But he goes to the party where Seth Rogen's wife is hosting. Yeah, and he pretty much goes there to pick up Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Right, because his wife is pregnant, and it's like another comedian that has risen up from for Workaholics and all that stuff.
Yeah.
She's super funny. I love her. But at this point, and then Anthony Mackie comes. He tells his mom he's not in town, but he's really there to do this tradition with Joseph Gordon Levitt. But as Joseph Gordon Levitt is entertaining the kids with the piano, Seth Rogen and Anthony Mackie are like, this has to be the last year.
Right.
Because, the older you get, the more responsibilities that you have. And, of course, everyone would love to be able to split their time evenly. But, for the most part, family always comes first, and then so on and so forth. And you feel like, okay, well, at least my friends will also get families and we'll be able to understand each other.
Yeah.
and this is the point where Seth Rogen and Anthony Mackie are at. But Joseph Gordon Levitt has not been able to move past.
Right. Yeah, he still wants to be 21. Still wants this to be the yearly tradition.
Right. And I think we all had like somebody like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Growing up, you're like, really, you're still doing this type of stuff, man? I hate that the older you get, you're like, you know what? You know it sounds like a really good night in? Or you know what sounds really good? A night in. Like, you know, like somewhere inside of me, I'm still like, oh yeah, let's go out. And then by like 12 o'clock, you're just like, oh man, I should probably go home.
Yes, because like your going out now starts at 6 and not at 11.
But Joseph Gordon-Levitt is still at that point, and I think it's because there's obvious like implications on why that is. You know, he doesn't have a family, and he's still afraid of commitment.
Yep.
Right, because we later learned that the girl that was on his laptop is the girl that he had the girl he had broken up with, or she had broken up with him.
She had broken up with him mostly because he refused to
commit.
He didn't want to meet her parents.
He didn't want to move in together.
Yeah.
So, but so they go about their night. And, of course, you know, there's going to be shenanigans because it is that type of movie.
Right, yep.
A lot of shenanigans that an hour podcast cannot possibly go through. But they go to do their yearly traditions. You know, they go to the Rockefeller Center. They go to the big piano, or the piano where, like, they did the big scene.
Yep.
And inappropriately play... Asshole by Kanye West. I don't know if that's the name of the song. I forget. It's been 5 years. But they get to the karaoke spot, and this is where like they do their yearly karaoke Run DMC song, and then his ex-girlfriend comes in.
Yes.
You know, so that's very awkward. At this point, also Seth Rogen has now done shrooms.
Yes, because that was we skipped that. Is as they're getting ready to leave, the pregnant wife is like, since this is going to be your last one, and you're going to be a father once this baby's born, you're not going to be able to do drugs anymore. So here's a little goodie box of like
every drug,
like one serving of each kind of drug.
It's funny because later he's like, the proportions are out of control. You know, so each of all three of them have sort of a different thing going on.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen has to somehow get over these drugs he's been taking.
Right.
Anthony Mackie has to get weed for the Messiah. The best player in the league.
Because he's an athlete, and he actually just got signed to a sports team. So
no, he's been on the same sports team. He just hasn't been good.
Oh, okay.
Because he says, I've been on the team with the guy for 6 years, and he just started noticing me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's just started playing.
Yeah, or at least getting more time on the field.
And so the quarterback or whoever it is, because I know
the
sports.
Messiah.
I'm sure it probably is like some famous sports person.
Oh no, I don't think I've ever seen him ever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's just an imaginary
and then
person.
Joseph is focused on keeping this tradition.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's all he wants to do is to do as many traditions he can and then get to the party, because he feels at least that way it's ending on a bang.
Right. Right. Because this is the party they've been looking for 14 years.
For 14 years. But yeah, at this karaoke, everything starts to really fall apart. Anthony Mackie finds a fan that he has sex with in the bathroom, but then she steals his weed.
Right. Which means he has to get more weed.
Yeah. Which I did forget to get to is their weed dealer is Michael Shannon, who is like always weirdly comedic and intense at the same time.
Right?
Because I feel like this is a pseudo Scrooge type of deal, because he's giving them weed and he's like, this is the weed of Christmas past.
Yes, it was a very subtle, like a Christmas Carol, like theme, but it was I liked it. I liked the tide.
But their weed dealer will only meet them at places they've already met them.
And it's their like PE coach from when they were in high school who used to sell them weed when they were in high school.
Which is okay. So obviously he has to go to him again, but he's like, I don't want to go to him. He's way too intense. And so the interactions they have with Michael Shannon is super hilarious, because the first time it's with Michael Shannon, and the first time it's with Anthony Mackie, and he told Anthony Mackie to tell Seth Rogen, he's like, I'll see him later.
Yeah.
And then so as we're going along with this the movie, they get to Anthony Mackie's house, his mother's house, and they're playing GoldenEye upstairs. And and then Michael Shannon shows up again, and then so Seth Rogen, who is on now not just shrooms but also cocaine,
right? Because he's like, I need some coke to balance out the shrooms.
And then they're like, no, just smoke some weed. That'll mellow you out. I don't know if that's how it works. I was never in chemistry.
I think probably continuing to add drugs to a high is probably a bad idea. Right.
Oh, man. And so Seth Rogen gets in the car, and he's like, "This is the weed of Christmas present or future, right?" Seth Rogen's like, "Nah, I don't want to smoke weed." And then Michael Shannon goes, "Don't make me put my hands on you." And so he smokes it, and then for some reason sees his daughter at a strip club, and his wife is like, "We have to support her." "Yeah, honey, pop that pussy, pop that pussy." So the Rogen's going like, no, don't pop that pussy. And then, and so as they leave Anthony Mackie's mom's house, they're going to go donate some food. But then Anthony Mackie runs into the girl who stole his weed, who is like a real life Grinch, because she steals from I believe the Salvation Army plate.
Yes.
And so he chases her down
with the hand covered in tape, because she's being the sticky bandit from Home Alone.
Yeah. Well, like she says, all of her heroes are like Grinches,
Yes. Yep.
And so as that's happening, Anthony Mackie is chasing her down. Seth Rogen says that he has to go find his phone, because he accidentally switched his phone with Mindy Kaling after he had cocaine nosebled into her drink. And so he has to go get his phone, because in the karaoke bar he had freaked out and recorded a video of him saying that he wasn't ready to be a father, and then proceeded to call his baby a cunt. His description of a baby is like probably like the best. He's like, your fat little chubby arms and your fat little chubby legs.
And the girls let them know that they will also be at the party, because
Mindy Kaling
has a new boyfriend named James, who got them tickets.
Yeah, and obviously, I think her name was Diane. In the movie, she's just like, I know you always wanted to go, and I was like, that's kind of shitty. Like, it's not like you invited him. So.
Right. She was kind of skirting around it, like that wasn't where she was going.
Yeah, I mean, come on, let's be honest. It's New York City. There's no way that you just run into a bar and with your ex-boyfriend in it.
Yeah.
Right, because at this point, Joseph has been asking Seth Rogen's wife, like, "Oh, how's she doing?" And then she never tells him. But then we later learn that she always asks her, "How's he doing?" And she tells her,
right,
but then never, and then says,
"Chicks."
Come on,
girl code, I guess.
Yeah,
code.
Chicks before dicks. Yeah. And so the night has sort of turned on Joseph, or JGL, right? Like he feels like his friends are abandoning him, and he just feels. I think he feels alone, right?
Right.
Because honestly, when they first started this tradition, it was more like a Band-Aid versus like a permanent fix,
right?
Right?
But for 14 years they've been doing it. So I mean, when you're all single, it was probably the best night of the year.
Yeah.
for a lot of those years.
Yeah, but I mean, when we see Anthony Mackie and Seth Rogen talking at the beginning, Seth Rogen says like, "I was done like 3 years ago."
Right.
You know, and at that point, they're like saying things like, "Oh, we're just enabling him at this point." Right? You know, because like at this point, Anthony Mackie, he's a professional football player. Seth Rogen is now a lawyer with a practice.
Right. Yeah. And so both of them are like, yeah, we can't be doing drugs and stuff because I'm a lawyer. You're a professional athlete. You just got to the point where the team is respecting you.
Yeah.
And you're getting time.
Yeah. And and at this point, when they ask JGL like, "Oh, do you have any gigs?" Because he's doing music, he's like, "No, I'm conceptualizing an album. And
gigs are overrated."
Yeah, you say the things that aren't true,
right?
Right, because gigs are what you need.
Yes,
you're not working on an album because he says, "Oh, it's a concept album." Well, I'm still conceptualizing it,
Yeah,
and so. He's the friend that they have to. It feels like they have to baby,
right.
But they're done with they can't anymore. It's just too much. And so Seth Rogen ends up in front of a church, talking to the nativity scene.
Yes, because he is still
very high,
uber high. Yeah,
accidentally runs into his pregnant wife, and then he freaks out because he's in a church, and. And, for some reason, I don't know why we have to depict Jesus in this fashion where he's on the cross. Coming from a former Catholic here, it's a pretty haunting image, right?
Right.
But he freaks out. He's like, "We didn't do that." He throws up and runs out of the church.
Right, because they all have ugly Christmas sweaters on. Yeah. And so Seth has obviously got the huge
Star of David.
Star of David on. Falcons, his Black Santa.
Black Santa. And then JGL just has like the normal sweater.
Yeah, just
reindeer sweater.
Ugly reindeers, yeah.
As Anthony Mackie is chasing down the girl from Broad City, who is exceptionally fast. She's outrunning a pro football player.
Right.
But she's Assassin's Creeding the shit out of New York City right now. She gets to the top and she has to explain to Anthony Mackie, like, why are you trying to get this weed, bro? You have people in your life that want you to be there.
Yeah.
And you're spending this time trying to get this weed. And sort of just kick some sense into him.
Yeah.
And then she Assassin's Creed dives out of the freaking trash chute. No. That is someone who has nothing to live for. Because that had to have been like, what? At least 10 to 12 stories.
Right. Yeah.
Because she swan dives into a trash bin.
Right, full of trash, so it softens her blow. And then as she's falling, what she says, she's like, that's another one of her idols.
Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber.
But like in my mind, I was just thinking, is like, what if it was just a whole bunch of just like cement, like broken like tiles and stuff like that?
Yeah.
But at this point, Anthony Mackie and Seth Rogen have let the things that they're trying to do go. And they meet up with Joseph Gordon Levitt, who incidentally had gotten beaten up by two Santas before this. And the two Santas are two comedians like Jason Sudeikis, and I forgot who the white guy is.
I recognized him, but I wasn't sure either.
Yeah, and he gets beat up because he accuses these two guys of sullying the spirit of Christmas because they're dressed up as drunk Santas.
Yeah.
And the two guys have to tell him, like, one of them is an orthopedic surgeon, and then the other one is a third grade teacher.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm shaping the kid in the minds of young children. It's Jason Mantzoukas. Yeah, he's with that screeching voice that he does, and it's always hilarious. And so obviously he's upset at his two friends. He's like, you guys weren't there. You guys left me all alone. And then this is where the truth bomb happens, where JGL says, we know you're taking steroids. Anthony Mackie is like, you're just afraid of being alone and growing up, and you're scared of trying. And Seth Rogen is just still so high.
He's like, why are we fighting?
Yeah. But they get to the party because they promised each other they would get to the party.
Yep.
And then at the party, they all split up. Anthony Mackie goes to try to find his football friends or his teammates. Not like friends. It's not like high school, like, oh yeah, it's my football friends now. Seth Rogen goes to find Mindy Kaling because she has his phone.
Yep.
Both with sensitive data on it. And JGL goes to find his ex-girlfriend because earlier in the night he calls and she's like, yeah, this party is actually really awesome. I hope you get down here soon. And
he takes that as totally as, oh yeah, she's still
back.
Interested in me.
Yeah. And so each of them have their own journey. And even in this situation, Anthony Mackie finds out that, oh, my friends are fucking dicks. Or my teammates are dicks.
Yeah.
Because there's a video of Anthony Mackie doing the karaoke Run DMC with his two best friends. And they're pretty much calling him an Uncle Tom. Seth Rogen gets mixed up with Mindy Kaling and surprise, surprise, James Franco.
Yeah, because that's the James who got them into the party.
Right. And they're bonding over his penis.
It was like a slow running gag the whole like half the movie.
Oh man! And then JGL runs into Miley Cyrus and he begs Miley Cyrus like, "Hey, can I sing this song with you because it's my ex-girlfriend's favorite song,
and I'm still in love with her."
And Miley kind of puts him in this really weird situation where he wants her to propose. She wants him to propose to her.
Right. Yeah, because he's like, hey, can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
And he's like, what?
You're gonna
propose? And he's like, no. And she's like, yes, you are. This is Christmas. It's the season of love. This is the magic time of the year. Yeah, magic's in the air. You gotta do it.
Which, it was, so he gets up, they sing Wrecking Ball, and she's like amazed. Everybody is amazed. Seth Rogen, James Franco is amazed. Freaking Anthony Mackie's like, oh, that's dope. That's my friend. Until the proposal.
Yeah.
It was going so good until the proposal. And you know what? She says yes, which shows how awesome of a girl she is, because obviously she had a no face.
Yeah.
But she didn't want to embarrass him, and she didn't want to embarrass herself in front of Miley.
Right.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, most women would have been like, nah.
Right. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah. And so JGL goes upstairs and is just done with the night, and he meets up with Michael Shannon, who's like, smoke this weed, you'll feel better. And
the weed of Christmas past.
Yeah. And then he has a vision of them as they started the tradition, which is like a super heartwarming moment, right?
Definitely.
And at that time, Anthony Mackie and Seth Rogen are trying to find JGL, but then Seth Rogen gets in a fight with Anthony Mackie's teammates, and then he accidentally semi-crucifies the Messiah.
Right, because they've been calling the
Messiah,
the quarterback, the Messiah, the whole movie.
Yeah,
and he accidentally breaks a
glass,
like a
waiter's glass, a flute.
Yeah, flute, and then he trips and stabs it into his hand, so he's up. Like, yeah.
And then someone's like, that Jewish guy just crucified the Messiah. And he's still freaking out about it. And so Anthony Mackie has to go defend his friend. They get almost into a fight until Anthony Mackie shoves a camera into their face.
Yeah. Yep.
And so they back off, but they get thrown out of the party. JGL, who's smoking upstairs, learns that their drug dealer is actually the one who hosts the party. Which is super funny because Anthony Mackie earlier in the movie got invited to the party, and he's like, "Nah, that sounds sketchy." Which, I mean,
yeah, he's weirdly creepy. Yeah,
yeah. And he says, "Oh, I've been told my intensity can make people uncomfortable." But he says another good thing is like, but sometimes you have to be uncomfortable to move on in life.
So true, so true.
And so he sees his friends he sees his friends fighting for him. He's like, we can't leave without our best friend, man. And so he goes downstairs, and Michael Shannon's like, man, this night's so magical. And they get into the morning. They're looking at the sunset in one of those like really famous like little spots that a lot of people do movies on.
Yeah, out over the bay.
Yeah, and they realize that Seth Rogen's wife is going into labor, and so they rush. They get into the drug dealer's car, Michael Shannon's car, and they rush to the hospital. And then all of a sudden, Michael Shannon just sprouts wings, and he's like, "I think I earned this." And then he just flies into the freaking sky. What the hell?
He was that high.
They get to the hospital. Seth Rogen, shows his wife that he's as scared as she is.
Right.
And
yeah.
so
the baby's not actually coming. It was just a false labor.
And she, of course, and this makes her feel better because she felt inadequate to his preparedness.
Right. Because he had read all these books and he had been like the stone-faced calm one this entire pregnancy while she's freaking out, and it made her feel a lot better that they were on equal ground.
Yeah. Anthony Mackie goes to his mother and tells him like, "Hey, I've been using steroids and all that stuff." And then JGL goes to Lizzie Kaplan's house, or Diane's house, and says like, I'm so sorry, I've been acting crazy, and sort of just like puts it all out there. Like he's like, I'm ready for this. I didn't know how scared I was, and says all the things that he needs to say, and then awkwardly talks about fucking her parents. And Lizzie Kaplan, who is a keeper, says, "Oh, just don't do my dad doggy style. He has bad knees." And then we flash forward a year later.
Why wasn't that our opening quote?
But no, we flash forward a year later. They're just having a normal adult ass dinner,
right?
Christmas dinner, right? The three lifelong friends go into Seth Rogen's daughter's room to sing the Run DMC Christmas song.
Yep.
And then that's the end of that story, and then it comes up with Tracy Morgan and the whole elves, and then Michael Shannon is there. Which I don't know if Santa in this situation is also Jesus, but the movie ends right there.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed that 15-minute rendition of this almost 2-hour movie. We missed a lot. Trust me, we did. There's no way I can talk for that long. But Colby, what are your favorite parts of this movie?
The church, the whole church scene, from him getting to the front of the church and asking Joseph to help him use the GPS on his phone because he's so high that he can't read his phone, to try to on the phone locator app.
Yeah.
And then he's like, can I pet your dog? And it's the donkeys in the manger, not living, just statues. and then going in, and the whole, oh man, yes, that whole church scene, I couldn't stop laughing.
Right, because if you guys don't know religious history, check up the Jews and Jesus.
Yep.
Probably one of my favorite scenes in this movie is probably the whole dick pic thing.
Yeah, that was it's ongoing as he doesn't realize it's not his phone.
He's like, "Is this James from HR?" Oh my god.
He's got a spectacular penis.
He's like, oh my god, he's a grower and a shower. And then he's like, I've never sucked one before. And he's like, oh my god, I'm about to suck my first dick. It's just a hilarious exchange.
Yeah,
between the two of them. Also, we have to talk about the Michael Shannon parts. They're so Kobe's been a pretty straight arrow for the most part of his life. I, on the other hand, have bought drugs from dealers, and I can tell you, some of them are like kind of weird. But then you're like, oh, he gives such good deals, so I can't not go to him. But oh man, I think if I had Michael Shannon as a weed dealer, it would be really interesting and also just really scary.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, something about Michael Shannon and his intensity in his like eyes is very unsettling. Oh.
I think if I was to buy drugs, I would already be nervous enough that intensity would definitely scare me off.
I should never do drugs again.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, there's definitely, and also when like a drug dealer asks you to go to a party, fuck it, I'm down. They usually have the best parties. I'm just saying, and I love the fact that he's like, I love Great Gatsby. You know, it's just the idea of an anonymous guy just throwing parties and just watching people be happy is nice for me. And that very raspy voice that he has.
Right.
Did you like any other? What else did you like in this movie, Kobe?
There's like the Red Bull van or super stretch limo.
Oh yes. And the guy who drives it, he's a comedian as well.
Yeah,
I know that.
And he keeps rolling down the window and like trying to be part of their conversation.
Which is always like a weird thing, especially how long that limo is. But he's like, I'm your boy. I'm your boy. Did you what did you think about the message of this movie?
I thought it was is super heartwarming. I mean, like you could watch this as like a stoner comedy, you know, like a Harold and Kumar kind of thing. But there is so much more. There's like the Christmas spirit in it. There's like that whole message of friendship, of just because friendships change doesn't mean that they go away. Yeah. And they can become stronger by changing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for me, the whole, because like, for me, Kobe, if you guys don't know, me and Kobe have an age difference. You know, Kobe is he's my next stage.
Right.
Or just like, no, it's not like anything too drastic, but I'm already.
I couldn't be his dad.
Yeah, you couldn't be my dad. He's like an older brother.
Yeah.
Type of deal.
Fun uncle.
Yeah. But no, it's just like, for me, I'm at the same age as they are in this movie, and it totally makes sense, you know. Like, unfortunately, I'm not the JGL of this movie, but you know, I have friends who already have kids and all that stuff. Right. I have other friends who are like in a very long relationship, and so you know, like the things that we used to do, we can't do anymore. And you just, you know, it's funny because like no one tells you about this. No one tells you when you're young, in your younger 20s, that like, hey, find somebody because you'll be alone if you do.
Or if they do, you're like, I'm 20, I know everything. Shut up, stop talking to me, old man.
Shut up, old man. But I mean, like, Colby, did you go through that as well, or were you?
Yes, I definitely feel like I appreciated watching this movie being in my 40s and like looking back.
Yeah.
Where I would have seen this movie very differently if I watched it at like 21.
Yeah.
And then I definitely would have been like feeling that Gordon Levitt thing was like, no, man, like to the traditions. No. I know what we've been done, like me and my friends have done the last few years. I don't want to let those go.
Yeah.
So
it also teaches you the lesson of like accepting and letting go.
Yeah.
Look forward to the next new tradition. It might not be with like the family that you've had. Like for JGL, those two have been his family this whole time.
Right.
But like family is whoever you make it,
Oh, definitely.
And so I think that was like an awesome like message that like I think a lot of people bypassed when they watch this movie. They're like, oh yeah, this is a dumb like stoner Christmas movie.
Right. But it's but serious. Like I mean, like it's got some serious heart. It was way more meaningful than
So I think if I ever have kids, it's like one of those movies. All right, like I want them to watch it when they're like 18, and then like I'm like, all right, watch it when you're 25. It's like one of those like movies that hits different at different stages of your life.
Really, because like I'm like there's things like that. Because I mean I remember watching Friends growing up, and that was like before I got married, and then I got married and I got divorced and I got married again. And then Friends came on Netflix, and I kind of binged through, and there was different things I laughed at. There was a lot of things that felt different.
Yeah,
being that I had watched it now in a totally different stage of my life, and that's how this movie.
It feels right.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me definitely. Like I remember didn't feel this way when I watched it 5 years ago. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm 5 years wiser, but like the transition is still different. When like you're 27, your friends are like, around your age or a little bit younger, like 25, 24 and all that stuff. And then you get into your 30s and you're like, do you want to hang out? Oh, no, I got to watch my kids, man.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, hey,
I got to get up in the morning so we can go, but I got to be home by 11.
Yeah. And and then like unfortunately I'm their friend. It's like, no, come on, man, hang out like one more hour. I'm so sad. But yeah, no, I think this movie is great for just any age.
Yeah,
because I think it'll just hit different for you guys as you grow older and you keep watching this. So I mean, this is definitely like a movie that I'm probably gonna keep in my like Christmas rotation.
Right? Yeah, I mean, like you don't show it to your 6-year-old, but I would guess that once you're like about 16, you can really appreciate a lot of the a lot of the slapsticky humor in this, and then like you're saying, like
I think
more jokes take different forms as you get older.
Yeah, no, I think 16 is a perfect age to watch this as well. I mean, it's not about a teenager becoming an adult, but it's about how to accept transition.
Yeah.
Right? And, I think that tends to be a little bit hard to do, especially in comedy, because then, like, the comedic parts of the movie take up so much that sometimes the message, like, gets, like, lost in it all.
Yeah, right.
But I think as you, like, rewatch it, like, you keep getting older, just throw this Christmas movie in. And you're like, wow, that's speaking to me in a whole different way. Kobe, did you have any traditions with your friends growing up?
Not really holiday traditions like this.
Yeah.
Because I always had a pretty close, even though I was the only child, I always had a pretty close
group of friends.
Well, close family, like with my mom and dad, and so like I always had like the open one present on Christmas Eve and like spend Christmas morning, and like so even through till they retired and moved to Florida, man, I was already married, so it was still like going to my parents' house and doing Christmas Eve with them at their house.
Yeah.
I guess once we got married, then there was a little bit of splitting that like Christmas morning was then with the in-laws.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, what's it called? I used to live with me and my mom used to live with my aunt and uncle in California because California is expensive. And but she had the party house. Like, it was the house that all the family would go to every Christmas. And, you know, I just kept thinking, I was like, man, this sucks living here because I have to clean afterwards. But, like, you know, when we moved to Las Vegas, it was just basically me and my mom. And then, like, I mean, I have some cousins here, but they live on the other side. And then they have their own little family traditions that they do.
Right.
And so Christmas became a lot more quiet for me. Versus, like, you know, I remember, like, oh, we gotta wake up in the morning to go to church and then set up everything and all that stuff. So, like, those are, like, you know, some traditions, like, they die, you know, just because you not, you know, you just grow and you move away and stuff like that. So, yeah, you know, I think what everyone should do with their traditions that they have for the current moment is definitely cherish them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Awesome. And there's a lot of stuff like that where it was like always like a week before Christmas. Yeah. We would spend like a whole day like with my folks and my friends would all come over. Man, I was probably through like 25. Yeah. About a week before Christmas. Like we would spend like a whole day making Christmas cookies. Mm-hmm. My mom was always like, Mom was not a great cook, but my grandma on my dad's side was, and so she had passed down a bunch of like dessert recipes. So we had great Christmas cookies, like, and I every year like I miss them. But yeah, like even I remember being in college and stuff, and you know having friends come over and be like, hey, you know, school's out, but we're doing Christmas cookies. You want to come over and spend a day decorating sugar cookies and stuff?
Yeah. They're like, yeah.
And we made cookies that were like a month worth of cookies in a day. And so it was like everybody, you know, you come over, you do stuff, and you take home a big basket or a whole tin of cookies.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this movie is great for like just feelings of like nostalgia, or like if you're going through the growing pains of having to let your friends go. But you know, when one tradition dies, like a new one pops up. And so you just have to get ready for the adult traditions.
Right.
Or whatever. Because, you know, at the end of the movie, Joseph Gordon Levitt ends up with Lizzie Kaplan. And, you know, obviously they're going to have their own traditions. But
it's totally how I took that last scene when they're all sitting around the table. Is like, this is the new tradition, is all the couples. Yeah. Even though it was Falcon's he was with his mom instead of the girl. But
yeah, but it's pretty much just like everyone with their families coming together. Yeah. And it might not even be Christmas. It's probably Christmas Eve. I think for me, like there's some parts that drag just a little bit. Because I was like, man, this movie's an hour and 44 minutes. I felt like maybe like 10 minutes could have been shaved off.
Well, editing, you kind of cut a few corners here and there, make it a little shorter. But I felt like it flowed pretty well. There wasn't any. I didn't feel like there was any time where I was like, oh, this is going long.
Yeah. Okay. I think Seth Rogen. With his comedic moments, like, tied some things in really well. Like, the dinner scene with, like, Anthony Mackie's mom. I was like, oh, this is kind of boring. But then, like, Seth Rogen being high, seeing his mom with, like, tentacles.
Squid arms, yeah.
And then the whole dick pic thing.
That was hilarious. And then when it ends up being James Franco. And then there's, like, that whole, like, James Franco thing where it's almost like he's, like, trying to get the both into like a three-way, and you're like, maybe he's not even want a three-way, but he just wants Seth.
Yeah, but then he like hugs Minnie Kaling. He's like, I'm not gay tonight. Or just Seth Rogen's description of James Franco's penis.
Yes.
Yeah. Where he's like, oh, there's a time where I thought that I could take it. Like, it'll be hard at first, but if I just relax. She's like super down for it. She's like, oh, okay. And you know, at the end we get the realization that Lizzie Kaplan has also been sort of stalking JGL, like his, you know, social media and asking the friend at work.
Right.
Stuff, which is like a fun moment.
So you get that she's not really over him either. So
yeah, I mean, like, because like when you split up from somebody because like this person wasn't ready to commit, it's only been 4 months that they've been like split apart.
Right.
And so like I think there would still be like some feelings lingering.
Yeah.
Right, and especially during Christmas, you get so lonely. You're like, oh, I just want you back.
Right, especially when you break up over something like a fear of commitment. I mean, like you're not breaking up because somebody doesn't love the other person.
Yeah, or cheated or something. Yeah, like that, you know. And so it was nice that there was like, I mean, it's like, you know, it's a cookie cutter resolution, right? But I mean, the initial rejecting the proposal was funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was another funny part was when Miley Cyrus and he's like, oh my God, Miley Cyrus, Miley, and she's like, stop calling me Miley. He's like, oh, what should I call you? Hannah? No, I'm just kidding. I'm super drunk.
Yeah, that was like during Miley's like wild stage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, guys. Okay, so we're getting to an hour. If this is the first time you guys are joining us, we do our reviews in 4 different sections. We have Stream It, DVD It, Blu-ray It, and Ultimate Box Collection. Kobe, where are you at?
I don't know what this would come with for an Ultimate Box, but watching this is 100% going into Christmas rotation for me. So I'm gonna go pick the. I did stream it, but I will go pick this up Blu-ray because this has to be part of my collection.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat. It's hard to do an Ultimate Box Collection because there's not really a, you know, I guess if you have like, was there like what's it called, National Lampoon's Christmas Story, right?
Yes,
of course. If they have like goofy stuff like that in a 3-pack, that's awesome. I'd buy it. But yeah, Blu-ray. This is an easy Blu-ray pickup, guys.
Right.
I think.
So yes, I guess you get like this, and then National Lampoon, and then you get like Harold and Kumar did a Christmas movie.
I thought you were about to say Die Hard.
We won't even get into that. That's pro-life versus pro-choice,
right? Because Colby is a firm believer that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and I am a firm believer that it's just a movie that takes place on Christmas. And I'm probably gonna get so much hate on that right now for that statement.
Right. Everybody just switch sides. They're all Team Colby now.
Oh man, but yeah, this movie is a ton of fun. I think it's wholesome. Watch it with your 16-year-old because it's just an awesome story about accepting transitions and accepting change. You know.
Hey, and if nothing else, it's a lessons of don't mix drugs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, because honestly,
I wheezed there. Huh? I said I wheezed on that laugh.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you might get a heart arrhythmia if you keep taking uppers and downers. That is a fact. Oh man, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We have all of our contact links down below. We have our Gmail, we have our Facebook page down there, we have our Twitter handle down there. So if you guys want to contact us in any fashion, go ahead and do that. Recommend us themes. We also have our Amazon affiliate links down there. So
heck yeah.
If you guys enjoy this show, you know, and you want to help us out, just click on the links, shop a little bit. You know, it's Christmas time anyway.
Right. Yeah, you are already going to be buying something. At this point, Amazon is your only choice to get your products by Christmas.
Right.
Might as well, you know,
right.
Send us a few cents while you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so we appreciate everybody listening. We hope everybody has a happy and safe holiday. Yep. It is the happy season, so make the most of it. Love your friends, love your family.
And no more mistletoe belts, all right? We have to put that one away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but we hope you guys enjoy your holidays. I'm Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out who does our theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on the Music for Podcast 3 album, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.